I am impressed with these, especially with these only being $20. Why am I impressed with these? Well, okay, so here is the NUBWO model HG04L gaming headset. So essentially, this is a pretty cheap headset. I would naturally think it's entry level, but I watched a couple reviews on YouTube and most of the people were blown away by it. I don't know if they were just kissing butt or if it's legit how good this is. But let's go ahead and open it up. We'll just take a look at it. I will listen to the sound quality, kind of tell you how this is. And yeah, we'll go from there. Yeah, so this is about 20 bucks, and in some places I even saw that it was $15. So this is just a budget headset. And essentially what I'm gonna do is I'm probably gonna plug this in with my Nintendo Switch and see how it sounds. You know what, let's go ahead and open this up and then I'll give my thoughts. So I'm opening this up right here. Let's just pull this out. Okay, that's it in the box. All right, here we go. So here's the headset right here. What I can say is that these are pretty clean looking. They honestly remind me, I think it was the Titanfall Xbox One controller with its color scheme. So it obviously does feel, I say obviously, but it feels very plastic, but at the same time has some comfort right there. The earmuffs feel pretty decent. Here's the mic. I mean, they look cool. I'll admit, they look really cool. The cord feels nice, has a decent length. As far as button goes, it just looks like volume up and down. I do not see a volume control with gaming versus chat. So I wonder what this is. That might just be overall volume. And it looks like mic on or off. I don't know if flipping this on and off turns it off on its own. I doubt it. Here is the manual right here. Anything vital that I need to know? Okay, so on here, Xbox One, looks like you plug it directly in. Xbox Series XS, old version. I don't know why it says old version. You have to connect that little bottom thing with it. PS4, PS5 looks like you just plug in directly, so that is nice. Yeah, so it is just a basic volume control wheel, and then yeah, it shows how you can just plug it into whatever. But yeah, you know what, let me go ahead and put this on and also see how the volume is and just the sound quality. Well, hey guys, I'm gonna be honest, I just filmed my whole initial reaction putting these on, and then I realized my camera was pointing too low and cutting off half my face, aka the entire headphones. So real quick, let me just say, right before I put these on, I am impressed with these, especially with these only being $20. Why am I impressed with these? Well, a couple different things. Putting them on, they almost have this natural sound canceling, dampening just by how firm they fit around your ears. Like, just naturally, they feel good, they feel comfortable. There are some headphones that I've put on, even more expensive ones, where they hurt my ears almost right away, or they add some pressure behind my ears where I feel like, okay, this is going to give me a headache over time. But honestly, they feel decent putting on right away. And it's fairly adjustable. You know, I think I have a big head and it fits just fine. But guys, the audio is decent for 20 bucks. I would just put it in my Nintendo Switch, and I was playing Skyrim. I'm having the dragon attack me right now. And something I was saying is the directional audio. Whenever I was in the game, turning left and turning right, looking up and looking down was pretty accurate. It didn't sound like it was just in one spot the whole time. So that sounded nice. Something I will say is that despite them only being $20, I think that this would be a good backup headphone or a good secondary headphone. Or you know what? Maybe even if you just can't spend a lot of money and it's like, hey, you have 20 bucks and you need some headphones, it's not that bad, guys. I'm honestly surprised at the audio quality of this despite the price. You know, normally price equals quality. You know, you might have like a point where once you go past $100, it's harder to hear the different audio qualities. That's normally where you get different experiences, such as 3D sounds and everything like that. But for $20, I mean, I feel like this hits it sounds more like a $50 headset in my opinion. Now, I've heard the mic quality on some other YouTube videos. I have a hard time kind of recording that, and it sounds decent as well. I probably, in my opinion, I wouldn't use these as your main if possible. Like if you have some more expensive, you know, headphones for like your main gaming setup, I'd probably go with those. But as for your backup, you know, if your Switch console is your second console and you just need something temporary, and you don't want to have to fondle with like Bluetooth, because this doesn't have Bluetooth and you just need a simple cord to plug in and play, this is a solid choice. Guys, I'm impressed. I'm impressed. Like, I'm not like, oh my god, 10 out of 10. But in general, but for a $20 mic, 10 out of 10 for $20. Like, this takes your $20 and goes very far. Now, I'm not going to sit here, like I just said before, and say these are the best headphones, because they're not. But for $20, it takes your $20 and it goes far. These are perfect for some secondary headphones. If you only use Bluetooth and you just want to keep some wired ones around just in case, this is good for that. I'm pretty sure that this has a 40-watt speaker or whatever it is, amp on the inside, and it sounds, yeah, 40mm drive unit, and it sounds decent. The volume on the side, it works. It gets decently loud. I would plug this in and listen to music, but you know, new iPhones don't have audio jacks. But anyways, guys, this has been the NUBWO HG04L headset, and I'm impressed. This has my seal of approval. For $20, this goes a long way. It does come in white, it does come in black. I love that it comes in the white because it does remind me of that old Xbox One Timefall controller. But anyways, guys, I appreciate y'all coming by. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'm about to do some reviews on a bunch of other headsets. So yeah, guys, thank y'all for stopping by.